Right now on Weather Center Live, we're tracking the threat for more severe storms. You may be loving those warmer temperatures and clear skies right now, but we definitely want to make sure that you're prepared for what could be on the way. We're breaking it all down for you.
And this is definitely the place to be this weekend. We're talking about the forecast for anything outdoors, including the Kentucky Derby. So grab your hat and get ready. Today will be a wild ride, and we are the drivers. Our in-depth coverage of what's happening in your area starts right now on Weather Center Live. Hey there, happy Friday, and thanks for joining us. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Paul, it's Friday. And not just any old Friday, it's the first Friday in May. And a sigh of relief, of course, for us over the south and much of the east as we'll put away those April showers.
At least for a few days for many. But let's start right now. What's happening right now, and it's just a raw afternoon shaping up here in Norfolk, Virginia. It is windy, it is wet, and it is cool. Temperatures still in the 50s right now. You can still see more of the raindrops hitting the lens of our camera there. This is all thanks to a coastal low, which has kind of plagued the region throughout much of this morning and will continue as we head towards the afternoon. But when will it clear in time for the weekend? That's the question. Vivian has the answer.
Well, for some, it'll definitely clear out this weekend, and that is the best news of all. So let's talk more about that mid-Atlantic area of low pressure that we've been following. In fact, this is the same system we were following for you this time yesterday. Remember, it was a little farther south off the coast here of South Carolina. Now it has moved north. In fact, it has combined sources with the upper level low that we were talking about yesterday that was over the Ohio Valley. Well, that upper level low has moved on, and it's a little closer. We don't have it detected here on this particular image, but we want you to know that that upper level low is right about here. And as they both come together for the most part, we're just considering it a broad area of low pressure. But you could see this pocket of heavier rain that's being pulled in on the coastal areas of Virginia and then stretched all the way back to North Carolina around the Raleigh area. Notice how these showers are basically pushing off to the south and west when you get that broad counterclockwise flow. So with the counterclockwise flow, that means the winds coming from the northeast right in this area, and they've been gusting at times over 30 miles per hour, like here in the Norfolk, Virginia area. That's the current wind gust in the region. But we do anticipate improving conditions. So let's just kind of get through this afternoon, because tomorrow will be much better as the main area of low pressure will be far enough out to sea to leave us with drier, sunnier conditions starting off the weekend. Back to you, Paul.
Hey, Viv, let's take it to Lost Wages, or Las Vegas. There's the famous Las Vegas sign out there on Las Vegas Boulevard. People always try to, just try to brave traffic and get out there. It's a busy street to cross over there, especially with kids, to get that famous picture of that sign in the background. Hey, it is 83 degrees right now, which is closer to our average, but it's a far cry from where we're going to be as we head towards the afternoon. A lot of people heading to Vegas for the big fight tomorrow night, Pacquiao and Mayweather, and it's going to be a good one. I'm thinking Mayweather might pull it out. Just, he's looking better. Pacquiao might be past his time. Let's talk about the weather, though, because it's going to zoom way past average here across Las Vegas. 97 is where we're going today, but you got to remember, dew points are in the 30s. When you have dew points that low, it's a rapid cooling effect. If you happen to perhaps get in the pool, you get out, it's breezy as well. That dry air will evaporate that water off your skin, and you will start to shiver. Even in mid to upper 90s, you don't believe me? Try it. Then tweet me and say, yeah, you might know something, Paul. And if it shows the weekend, temperatures stay in the 90s. Again, our average this time of the year is the mid to upper 80s, so well above average, even as we head on towards the tail end of the weekend as well. And it's not just here in Vegas. We're talking 100 in Palm Springs, Phoenix 101 after yesterday's high of 99, the warmest so far of the year. We think today will definitely break 100, which is close to average. I think average first triple digit is May 7th here for the Phoenix area. And we slowly cool down, but still stay above average. 90 is our average this time of the year. And it's not just the Southwest, the Midwest. West, the Northern Plains, Upper Midwest, Minneapolis, pushing 80 tomorrow, and the warmth continues into Sunday as well. We still got plenty of 70s and 80s, where 60s should be the norm at this time of the year. And even Chicago, the Chi, where the draft is going on, holding it outdoors tomorrow. Good thing it wasn't today or yesterday. 67 today, 75 tomorrow. It should be a gorgeous weekend across much of the Great Lakes. Viv?
Well, Paul, one side effect of that spreading warmth, the possibility of stormy weather. Now, both Minneapolis and Green Bay could get a taste of spring's stormy side as we head into the beginning of next week. And let's show you why. Well, Paul told you about the warm-up, but it is that warm-up that will kind of be one ingredient that's needed for the storms. As you can see the setup here, we have a pretty potent cold front that'll be sliding across the western high plains the latter part of the weekend into the beginning of next week. Right out ahead of that cold front, we'll have the southerly winds and the warmer scenario. But notice how the front, the early part of next week, this part of the front anyway, will drape from the northeast back into the central plains. All the while, areas south of this will become quite stormy, and then we'll find the storms all along the front as it lays parallel to the Canadian border. So starting on Sunday, we look for the showers and storms in Minneapolis. It will clear out for you, Minneapolis, on Monday, but look how the front just drapes back across the Ohio Valley and stretched into the northeast. So all along the front on Tuesday, we'll find more scattered showers and storms, and even some energy developing along the front will bring the showers back into the Minneapolis area by Tuesday. And then Wednesday, all eyes will be focused right here on the middle of the country. So here is a look at the setup, your specific forecast, Minneapolis. Again, with the start of the front on Sunday, the chance of thunder showers. Then we get a little break on Monday. Tuesday, late day into Wednesday, the return of the showers and thunder showers in the Minneapolis area. Well, what about you, Chicago? Much of the same. That front will start off kind of pushing through the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes area. Scattered showers and storms on Sunday. That will be the case again on Monday. Tuesday, notice the cool down slightly behind the front, Chicago. 65 degrees with rain. But again, on Sunday, that's when the system really starts to first push into your region, and temperatures in the upper 70s with the chance of storms. You know we will be here following the stormy weather for you after the weekend. Paul?
Well, speaking of storms, spring has more than just a stormy side. We'll check in on the road with Caitlin Reynolds on the It's Amazing Out There tour coming up. But right now, we're still tracking a storm, a coastal storm out here in Norfolk. Here's a live look on the left side of your screen. It's still coming down there. Rain, temperatures currently in the 50s, and the wind at times gusting to 35 miles per hour. The wind and rain with us all day long.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. A government study reports thousands of workers have been diagnosed with asbestos-related mesothelioma. To compensate those affected, asbestos trusts have been established with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. Act now. Call 1-800-950-MESO for a free consultation. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Announcing Easy Rest's Win-A-Bed Sweepstakes. Just call this number for 6 free chances to win.
Anyone can win this Easy Rest Classic adjustable bed?
With heat and built-in massage?
That's right. Just pick up your phone and make a free call to automatically be entered 6 different times into our sweepstakes. There's absolutely no obligation. So call to win this electrically adjustable bed in the size of your choice now.
There's no cost?
No cost.
And no obligation?
None.
So what's the catch?
There isn't any. We're giving away an adjustable bed every month in order to promote the health benefits of this modern way to rest and sleep. To get our free catalog by mail and 6 free chances to win, call now.
I'm calling.
So am I.
Me too.
What are you waiting for? Call and enter to win right away.
Call now, 1-800-974-9588. That's 1-800-974-9588.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently, today, sunny, high 82. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Today, I'm going to fight hunger. Today, I don't want to be hungry. We just have to buy food. My family gets the food we need. I'm so glad we could help. I'm so glad someone helped.
Hunger lives closer than you think. Purchase participating items at Walmart, and you can help secure a meal for someone through Feeding America food banks.
Thank you for being a sailor and my daddy. Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. Our world-class service earned USAA the top spot in a study of the most recommended large companies in America. If you're current or former military or their family, see if you're eligible to get an auto insurance quote.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here.
In my knees.
But now I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My knee pain.
Find a machine at drscholl's.com.
What better way to celebrate spring than to hit the road with a road trip? Our Reynolds Wolf and Kate Parker are touring parts of the South right now. In fact, they're in Natchez, Mississippi, and they've stopped to talk to us about their travels so far.
And I am so excited because you guys, of course, are in my old stomping grounds there, Jackson and Natchez, Mississippi. I spent many summer days in Natchez at my grandma's house, and I see you have the good pink lemonade. Have you had the Mississippi catfish? Have you had the Mississippi mud pie yet? You gotta have it.
I have not had Mississippi mud pie yet, but Vivian, I did have catfish. That was one of the first things I did whenever we got here. So, oh yeah,
it was good, wasn't it?
Wait, do you hear that noise? You hear that? I hear something off in the distance. Actually, it's stomach's rumbling.
I know.
Thanks, Vivian, for doing that. But you know what? We happen to be in the right place. If you look high above, it is Mammy's place. This is a mainstay in beautiful, beautiful Natchez, Mississippi. And you know what? We have the owner with us.
Yes, we do. You know what? This is one of the 10 most photographed roadside attractions in the country. Yep. And we were lucky enough to get a little blueberry lemonade here, right? This is your signature drink. This is Lorna, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I got to ask you, as an Alabamian, my people, when I grew up, basically moonshine liquor is what we drink in these kind of things, which is good for the soul. But clearly, this is too. Is this really the most popular drink?
Yes, it is. It's the most popular that we have. We grow the blueberries, boil them, strain them, get the juice, mix it with the lemonade, and it's great.
Okay, Kate is hungry. If Kate was going to eat something,
I know. I'm always hungry.
It happens. What do you think would she like?
What can I get here that I can get nowhere else?
Well, today is your lucky day. It's chicken pot pie. That's our daily special.
What?
It's our most popular special that we have. It's homemade pot pie with a layered salad and broccoli cornbread. But our sandwiches are really good too, and the Reuben and the chicken salad are the most popular of those two.
Okay, so the weather's outside today. We've got this lemonade, which you thankfully hooked us up with because what is this ball of lava in the sky?
It's absolutely gorgeous today. Not a cloud anywhere. The sun is shining. It's just beautiful outside.
Lorna, folks, I got to tell you, she's one of the amazing people that we've met on this trip.
Yes.
And we were actually talking about this a little bit, how we've met so many characters along the way, so many great Americans, and they leave this community and something draws them back. Why did you come back? You were gone for a while.
Well, I was gone for a while, and actually I came to balloon races one year to visit with all the family, met the man of my dreams, got married, and moved back here, and I brought all my sister is here, my mother's here, and we're all back here now. So
I love
It's a beautiful place, and it's always something going on, and we just love it.
Well, the heart
history
grows
here is
fond from
amazing.
balloon races and grows even fonder with amazing stuff like this.
Yeah, great looking forecast. I mean, if you're looking to take a road trip this weekend like we are through Mississippi, Louisiana, it's a good place to do it. Good stop right along the highway just outside of Natchez.
Goodness. Well, we got a ways to go. We got to go to
yeah.
Louisiana.
Oh, we got to go to Louisiana.
And I think we're going to, it will be incredibly fun, and we're going to have some great riches. But before we do that, I think you and I and the rest of the crew are going through
We're gonna
those
go
doors.
gobble.
And we're going to go have some fun. Maybe even a siesta into the afternoon. Doesn't matter. We'll sleep talk to you along the way.
Yeah, we're going to pull over the car and we're going to talk to you along the way. So, Vivian, Paul, I can't thank you enough for just being from here. I'm so excited that we get to share that with you because this is incredible.
I know,
This part of the country.
I know, it is a lovable place. Oh, you know what? Bring me some of that chicken pot pie back. Tell Lorna to pack me up some, okay?
I'll take some of the cornbread,
Bye, you guys.
Look like this, feel like this, look like this, feel like this. With Dreamwalk insoles, turn shoes that can be a pain into comfortable ones. Their soft cushioning support means you can look like this and feel like this. Dreamwalk.
I don't think people realize what shampoo is actually doing to their hair because it's something that from the day, literally, you're born, they use shampoo on you. Every time you lather up with shampoo, you're stripping, removing the natural essential oils, breaking it down, causing it to be finer, thinner, and weaker. It's abuse to your hair. With When, you clean your hair, you treat your hair, you hydrate your hair, you strengthen your hair. You actually cleanse your hair with natural essential oils, botanicals, and extracts.
When is revolutionary hair care that takes the place of 5 different products, saving you time working on your hair and saving you money on all the products you won't need anymore. Call or click now to get everything you need for healthy, beautiful, shiny hair with the When No More Shampoo Starter Kit. It's a total value of over $170, but you'll pay only $29.95. That's an unbelievable 80% savings. When can transform your hair after just one use.
I think it's unbelievable that just using When once has made such a transformation in my hair.
Call or click now to get your starter kit with the When Cleansing Conditioner and the When Anti-Frizz Styling Cream. Plus, you'll get over $50 in free gifts. The Remoist Intensive Hair Repair Mask. Chaz's signature salon treatment to kickstart hydration and help repair damaged hair. And our wide tooth comb to glide When through your ends. Plus, Chaz's exclusively designed round bore bristle styling brush. And now get free shipping.
Just try When one time and you won't believe the results.
Call 1-800-883-3870 or go to getwen.com/brush right now and get the When No More Shampoo Starter Kit, including your free gifts and free shipping. A total value of over $170 for just $29.95. Call or click now.
As the host of a popular home improvement show, I know a lot about finding a great contractor for home repairs and improvement projects. Now there's HomeAdvisor.com, a free service that matches your project to top local service professionals.
We didn't have to do any work other than say what we needed. Just 1, 2, 3, I found my guy and everything was smooth.
And it's always free to use.
We've had nothing but fabulous every single time.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com now to get started on your next project.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma.
Precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
You're driving along, having a perfectly nice day, when out of nowhere a pickup truck slams into your brand new car. 1 second, it wasn't there, and the next second, boom. You had your first accident. Now you have to make your first claim. So you talk to your insurance company and boom, you're blindsided for a second time. They won't give you enough money to replace your brand new car. Don't those people know you're already shaken up?
Liberty Mutual's new car replacement will pay for the entire value of your car, plus depreciation. Call 1-888-731-2166. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. Switch to Liberty Mutual Insurance and you could save up to $423. Call Liberty Mutual for a free quote today at 1-888-731-2166. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 82, winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny, high 81, winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Check this out. What the hail? Oh, yeah. Hail is pounding the ground here in Potomac, Maryland. Happened yesterday just outside of D.C. And we saw 2 pretty strong thunderstorms roll through the nation's capital, dumping a ½ inch of rain, as well as pea to marble-sized hail, just like you've seen right there in that video. Thanks to Adam Cass for that. And definitely did some big-time delays and ground stops at both Reagan National as well as Dulles International Airport there in Northern Virginia. And definitely had an impact on travelers as well. Well, you have to have just the right conditions to have hail like that, even bigger form. And when it comes to the size of the hail, we see those conditions change.
All right, our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, shows us what it takes to produce everything from pea to grapefruit-sized hailstones.
The question here is, how do we get such huge hail, sometimes softball size or even larger? And that kind of big hail occurs out of supercell thunderstorms. They have a tilted updraft. In this case, we'll have the inflow coming in from the south, and then up to the north, the thunderstorm updraft will lean with height up to the thunderstorm top. Right about here in blue will be the freezing level. And so hail can begin to form in the updraft. Above that level, it'll initially be small drops. In fact, there'll be all sorts of raindrops that rise above that level and will get chilled. We call those super cooled raindrops, and they'll begin to freeze. Now, a lot of the raindrops that get super cooled over in this south side of the tilted updraft will just grow and then fall to the ground as small hail. Some that are forming in the middle of the updraft, and the updraft is strongest right at the middle core there, will get tossed out into the northeast parts of the thunderstorm and fall down as medium size. But the biggest size hailstones of all will occur here on the right side, the south side of that tilted updraft, and they'll grow initially small. But as they try to fall down, they'll grow toward the center of that faster updraft, so they won't really fall very much. This updraft in this supercell thunderstorm is rotating counterclockwise, so they'll actually migrate a little bit off to the northeast side, grow bigger because they're collecting all of those super cool droplets that are rising in the center of the updraft. They'll grow a little bit bigger, they'll try to fall, and now they'll get over toward the north, the left side of the updraft, into weaker updraft strength, continue to grow a little bit, get huge in size, and now drop down to the ground. So that three-dimensional growth pattern is how we get the biggest of the hailstones that fall out of supercell thunderstorms. Back to you.
Let's talk about what's happening right now. Not looking at hail-producing thunderstorms, but definitely some thunderstorms, some lightning with our coastal low, which is set up. And it's kind of pounding parts of Virginia and North Carolina with rain and wind as well. You can see the wind coming in here, the Delmarva, right across the southern Chesapeake and into the Virginia Beach and Norfolk area, where, by the way, Norfolk, we're still seeing winds gusting at 33 miles per hour. So far, some areas 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, even around Raleigh, 1.6 inches. That's the radar estimate of how much rainfall has fallen from those clouds. We're still seeing these winds now. Norfolk gusting to 33, sustained around 22. Elizabeth City sustained at 28 miles per hour. It is cold, it is windy, and it is damp across this region. And the forecast doesn't change much for much of today into this evening here in Norfolk. Again, not the best beach day. Temperatures stay in the 50s, and wind and rain stays with us through this evening. Viv?
Thanks, Paul. Well, as we go to break, we want to get you caught up on some other weather top stories that's showing you how amazing it is out there. Let's take it to the volcano that erupts in Chile first. This is the third time, actually, in 2 weeks. The eruption was milder than the last two, but the blast of ash and debris was still large enough to force evacuations for about 2,500 people. This eruption sent ash and hot rock over 2 miles in the air. The eruptions at this volcano are the first in more than 40 years. Meanwhile, in Nepal, aid finally arriving in Baluva village near the epicenter of Nepal's earthquake. Now, 5 days after it struck, hundreds of villagers from surrounding areas have come here to receive emergency supplies. Some 1.4 million people were in the region most affected.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I looked at my options. Then I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it helps pick up some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs.
To me, relationships matter. I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So don't wait. Call now and request this free decision guide to help you better understand Medicare and which AARP Medicare supplement plan might be best for you. There's a wide range to choose from.
We love to travel, and there's so much more to see. So we found a plan that can travel with us anywhere in the country.
Join the millions of people who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP, an organization serving the needs of people 50 and over for generations. Remember, all Medicare supplement insurance plans help cover what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide and learn more about the kinds of plans that will be here for you now and down the road.
I have a lifetime of experience, so I know how important that is.
Now everyone who uses catheters can get a better catheter with Liberator Medical's free catheter sample pack. These new catheters are better than ever, easier to use, more convenient, comfortable, virtually pain-free. Don't wait. Call now and get your free catheter sample pack. There's the all-new compact catheter for women, pre-lubricated, no drips, no mess, fits in your purse. The self-lubricated catheter, it lubricates itself in the package, comfortable, no mess. The closed system catheter, pre-lubricated with its own collection bag, proven to reduce UTIs. The discreet pocket catheter, curved to fit in your pocket to go anywhere. The polished eyelet catheter for micro-smooth comfort, reduces friction and pain. Call now. We'll also bill Medicare and your insurance for you. Call for your free catheter sample pack with free shipping. Call Liberator Medical.
Call 1-800-601-3450. That's 1-800-601-3450.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. And then it was silent.
This was it.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 82, winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 68, winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday. A few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Right now, let's take a wild tour here of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Coastal rain, definitely a big problem today if you try to get around. It is cold, it is wet, it is windy out there, and it will stay that way for much of your Friday. Welcome back. It's 5:30 now. Weather Center Live. I'm Paul Goodlow. Want to get you caught up on what's happening along the Mid-Atlantic coast. We're talking about the rain. We're talking about the wind. Let's check in with now meteorologist Vivian Brown about our coastal low, making it a rough Friday for many.
Yeah, we got to get folks caught up because things will improve just in time for the weekend. But right now, we have to deal with the unsettled weather over the Mid-Atlantic. And again, here's why. The culprit, this area of low pressure, we've been watching it at least for a day now, as this time yesterday, remember, it was off the coast of South Carolina. Well, now it has moved a little farther north up the coast, and the energy from the upper level low that we were watching yesterday too has now kind of pushed on into, and the two of them have become in cahoots as they have combined their energy sources and the moisture sources, and basically we have just a broad area of low pressure right now off the Mid-Atlantic coast. So this is what it looks like. This is our visible satellite picture, which is just like taking your camera and taking a picture of the clouds, and you can see that these are the clouds and the moisture, but notice how you don't have to go too far away and you break out of the clouds in western Tennessee, even down toward Natchez, Mississippi, where our spring tour is taking place. Reynolds Wolf, of course, and Kate Parker are there enjoying the beautiful state of Mississippi. But let's talk more about Virginia and North Carolina, again a little closer to that area of low pressure as we get the counterclockwise flow. Look at this batch of heavier rain just off the coast here of Virginia, and it's moving more inland here on the heels of northeast winds, gusting at times at the Norfolk area over 30 miles per hour. So it is cloudy, it is wet, it is cool, and windy, very choppy along the coast. But as mentioned, improving conditions. The sun will come out tomorrow as the low pressure moves away, and that's going to leave us with nice conditions up and down the eastern seaboard for the weekend. Paul?
Well, speaking of nice conditions, let's talk about the warmer temperatures spreading across the country right now. Take a look at these cities. Phoenix probably hit our first triple-digit temperature of the year so far. St. Louis are going to be well above average. Same thing in Boston. In fact, Boston should be the warmest day you've seen in more than half a year. That's how brutal this winter and even spring has been, not to mention the snow. That's the four-letter word I'm just not going to say. Hopefully for another, what's this, April, May now, another 5 or 6 months across New England. Look at the temperatures here in the Southwest. Our forecast, 100 in Palm Springs, Vegas. A lot of people heading there for the fight. 97 for the high. That's about 15 degrees above average. Phoenix should be around 90. 101 is our forecast. And by the way, Phoenix, yesterday we had a high of 99 degrees, the warmest day so far of the year. Our average first day of at least 100 degrees, May 7th. So today's May 1st. It's about average. 6 days, I'd say that's right about target. 90 is our average high. We're going to slowly cool down after today, slightly. 98 tomorrow, mid-90s, then low 90s and upper 80s. Back to average as we head back to work and school on Monday and Tuesday. But it's not just there. The warmth spreading across the high plains into the northern plains, the upper Midwest, the western Great Lakes here. 75 in Chicago tomorrow, 79 in Minneapolis. We got the NFL draft going on in Chicago. Should be a fantastic day. It was raw yesterday with the wind coming off the lake. St. Louis tonight, another gorgeous weekend for you temperature-wise. Today, 72. Tomorrow, close to 80. Mid-80s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And again, we do have a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms there. In the Northeast, Sunday, we got plenty of 70s, pushing 80 in D.C., even New York City, and the warmth continues into next week. Finally, mid-80s, almost hot in Philly, 85 in Richmond, even Boston, 13 degrees above average, 75 for your high on Monday afternoon. Biff?
All right, Paul, with the warmer temperatures comes, of course, the increased risk for storms. Norman, Oklahoma, Dallas, we are putting you on alert. Heads up for you now, the beginning and certainly the middle of next week. We will be focusing our attention right in the heart of the country. And of course, you are two of the big cities that's right smack in the middle of the country. So the central severe weather expected by the middle of the week. Here is the setup. Okay, we have the jet stream pushing all the way down into Mexico, but on this part of the jet stream, we have it pushing all the way northward into Canada. So it's a very amplified upper air weather pattern, and we'll watch storm systems coming around the base of this trough and kind of kicking off into the middle of the country. And look at what's going on at the surface. We have winds coming in from the south, so you know what that means, bringing in that subtropical moisture from the western and central Gulf of Mexico, and that is aiding into at least supplying some ingredients for the threat of severe weather. Here's a look at Tuesday from Texas into Nebraska and eventually all the way to the Dakotas. So pretty much from border to border, right here in the middle of the country on Wednesday is when we'll look for the threat of the storms that could turn severe. So again, heads up for you if you're from Texas all the way to Minnesota and the Dakotas. We're not just talking about rain showers, but because some of those showers could turn into storms and some of those storms could turn severe. We have the red zone for you. Again, this is Wednesday of next week as we get over the hump trying to make it to Mother's Day weekend, but it's going to be a little difficult right here on Wednesday. In fact, we're not just talking about hail and high winds, but also the threat of tornadoes, a 30% chance over the central parts of Nebraska into Kansas, and then a 30% chance later on in central Oklahoma and central Texas. So again, heads up for you. Be on alert. Be aware of the changing weather conditions come Wednesday in your area. Locally, heavy rain, of course, will be a factor. So once again, here is a look at the forecast for you, Dallas. It'll start off on Tuesday. Wednesday, you're still in the thick of the chance of some strong to severe storms. Paul?
Hey, Viv, I want to switch gears now and focus on a different type of potential storm brewing. We're talking about the tropics now. I want to bring in our hurricane specialist, Michael Lowry. And Michael, we have something the models are picking up of that could possibly be a named storm. And we look back in the record books. The last time we had named storms in May, it was the year of 2012. We had Alberto and Beryl. And that's the same year we had Hurricanes Isaac as well as Hurricane Sandy. But having this doesn't necessarily mean we are destined to another blockbuster year.
It doesn't, Paul. You know your hurricane history, man. You can come out here and do this for me. I'm impressed. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, though. If we get an early start to the season, it doesn't mean we're going to have a busy season. If we get a late start to the season, it doesn't mean we're going to have a quiet season. 2004, a great example of that. It kind of got off late, but then we ended up having a lot of storms by the time we got to November. Here's what Paul is talking about, though. There is this hint of an area of low pressure that's going to form off the southeast coast of the U.S. We feel pretty confident in saying that. Some sort of low pressure system by the time we get to the middle to latter part of next week. This is not, we're not looking at the low this week. We're talking 4, 5, 6, even 7 days ahead here. So got a lot of time to watch this one. But if you live along the Carolinas, it may get close enough that you could feel some impacts if it tried to do some developing. Here's where this is all coming from. This is that area of low pressure, non-tropical area of low pressure that's attached to the cold front that is pushing down through the southeast part of the U.S. Going to be a beautiful, splendid weekend across parts of Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. That front, though, is going to stall out there across Cuba and the Florida Straits. And some of that moisture and some of the spin is going to hang around on that front. That's going to wash away that cold front, and then it's going to be replaced by this trough of low pressure, an area of low pressure, which is going to move up toward the southeast U.S. All the while, there's this mid-level system that's moving in. Mid to upper level system could give it a little more energy, and that could help to fuel the thunderstorms, the instability that we need at the surface to maybe get something. We're going to talk a little bit more about, though, what the potential impacts are for the coast coming up here after the break. Stay tuned.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, abundant sunshine. High 82. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Now at Boston Market, new slow braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
I've struggled with my weight ever since my first son was born. It held me back from life because you feel like you want to hide. My weight held me back from being confident, from, lots of things. It was hard. It's great that there is finally something out there now that works. Nutrisystem.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
The results are exciting. I've lost 40 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Because of it, I feel so proud and so confident in myself. I feel like I could do anything. I lost 27 pounds with Nutrisystem, and I feel incredible.
Nutrisystem works. You don't have to count, measure, or weigh anything.
It's a simple plan that puts your body to work burning excess weight with the right balance of proteins, good carbs, and fats to help stabilize blood sugar and fight hunger.
I recommend Nutrisystem because I know it works. It just teaches you how to eat.
Since losing the weight on Nutrisystem, I definitely feel sexy. Now I look in the mirror and I love what I see.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes to rev your metabolism, free. And 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes to crush those cravings, free. Plus, call or click to order today and get free FedEx shipping.
I lost 30 pounds with Nutrisystem, and I have a ton more energy now.
That was me before, and this is me now. I'm Lori, and I lost 40 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Nutrisystem has helped millions of people lose weight, and now you can too. You'll lose 5 pounds your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem worked for me, and I know it's going to work for you too.
Call 888-886-SIZE right now and get Fast 5 Plus with shakes free.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
I don't know what I should do next.
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix.com.
Let's party!
We make it easy to create your own all-pro website. All by yourself.
Farve and carve.
You did that yourself?
Don't look so surprised.
Go to Wix.com. Create your website today.
All right, you know about it. Millions of dollars are bet on the greatest 2 minutes in sports this weekend, and the odds are determined by a team of experts with decades of experience.
And many factors go into the science behind handicapping horses, including the weather. Here's Al Roker to break it down. right. I think Al was giving us the silent treatment there, but still, again, the weather definitely has an impact depending on what's going on the track. Is it going to be dry? Is it going to be wet? Is it going to be windy? Horses favor some of those conditions while others are hindered. So definitely weather is a huge impact. The good news is the forecast should be pretty positive for a dry and not as windy day. Temperatures comfortably in the lower 70s as the horses kick off sometime in the 6 o'clock hour tomorrow afternoon. Well, Ram is definitely the official truck of the Kentucky Derby, an exclusive automotive partner for the 6th consecutive year. And if you look around Churchill Downs, the Rams logo is everywhere, even on the barns. And they also sponsor another race tomorrow, the American Turf, that starts at 1 o'clock. Let's check in now with Viv, getting you through race day as well as the next 7 days.
All right, here's a look at race day because we'll begin the 7-day forecast with tomorrow. And there you have it, looking good from the Louisville area all the way to the Mid-Atlantic, even though I know we have the wet and clammy conditions right now for the Mid-Atlantic. But tomorrow, that area of low pressure will move away and the entire eastern seaboard looking good. In fact, look at you, Atlanta, 78 degrees tomorrow with partly sunny skies. Very, very nice. Other than that, we'll just look for a few patchy areas of lighter rain showers here and there, scattered over the Intermountain West and parts of the Midwest. It'll be on Sunday that we'll notice the moisture increasing here in the middle of the country, but still looking good up and down the East Coast, and not too bad for you either in the West Coast. Seattle 69, so a little cool, but looking absolutely gorgeous in Los Angeles on Sunday, 72 degrees. But here's a look at Monday because that's when things really become interesting. We notice the moisture increasing. We notice the energy from the system coming out of the Intermountain West. One part of the front will just drape itself from the northeast back across the lower Great Lakes into the north central plains, and all along the front here we'll find some scattered showers and storms, but it's in the middle of the country, Tuesday, in particular Wednesday, that we set the stage for some stormy conditions. And when we say storms on Wednesday here in the middle of the country, we're talking about hailstones, high winds, locally heavy rain, and we cannot rule out the threat of tornadoes. Our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, is here, and he's monitoring the situation. He's watching the different computer models every hour, and he's saying there's at least a 30% chance that some of these storms on Wednesday could produce tornadoes. On Thursday, we'll push the system a little bit to the east, but we'll start to encroach on the Chicago area and even Milwaukee. Minneapolis will still be watching you, down to Dallas, still the chance of those storms on Thursday. And then Friday, notice the system does not budge as we're still watching mainly the middle of the country with the stormiest conditions. But again, this time next Friday, still looking good for the most part on the East Coast, and on the West Coast, even better in Seattle as it'll be slightly warmer, up to 72 degrees on your Friday next week, which is, of course, the beginning of Mother's Day weekend. Back to you, Paul.
Well, it definitely does seem early, but we are definitely talking about tropical weather already just on the 1st of May. Season doesn't start officially until June 1st, but we have some uncertainty about if we could actually see a named system next week here in the Atlantic. Definitely could be impacting the southeast and the mid-Atlantic states as well. We'll talk about what this means to the overall season. Does this signal an early and an often start? If it does get a name, the name will be Ana. We'll talk to our hurricane specialist, Michael Lowry, coming up right after your local on the 8s.
This program powered by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
I got red dirt stains on my boots and jeans, callous fingers from my guitar strings, wild like the wind in the tall pine trees. I got roots and I got wings.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years. Why face your next emergency on an empty stomach? Request your free sample today at WiseFoodStorage.com.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
Where kids still went to school.
And it just hit us.
This was it.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things are just going everywhere. It was a nightmare. And then it was silent.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, abundant sunshine. High 82. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Incredible! I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergy symptoms start, doctors recommend taking one Claritin every day of your allergy season for continuous relief.
With powerful 24-hour non-drowsy Claritin, live Claritin Clear. Every day.
I know, I used 3 strips of tape. Gorilla packaging tape. Of course.
Gorilla packaging tape is 2 times thicker and 50% wider to hold with just 1 strip for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
If you misplaced your Discover card, you can now use Freeze It to prevent new purchases on your account in seconds. And once you find it, you can switch it right on again. You're back. Freeze It, only from Discover. Get it at discover.com.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. Call 1-800-950-MESO and see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your MRI review.
There were times my boss would send me home because I was in excruciating pain. Going to Laser Spine Institute, I go in, I have the procedure, and walk out a changed person, good to go back to work. I can't tell you how much happier I am. It's changed my life completely.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-855-450-BACK for your MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-855-305-2053 now.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back. This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Hello, you're watching the Weather Channel. Thanks for joining us. I'm Vivian Brown in the lab with storm specialist Michael Lowry. And of course, we are talking about an early start, perhaps, to hurricane season.
I know, it's too early to be talking about tropical systems already. We have a lot of names that we have to get through this hurricane season. One of these years, Vivian, we're going to get Vivian down here. But I'm not wishing for that because it means we have to get through all of these names.
All the way down the list.
That means I won't have a life from June to November. But this year, maybe we can get something starting up a little sooner than we would normally expect because of this area of low pressure that the computer models are hinting could become a what we call a hybrid or a partially tropical system.
Now, we do want to point out that right now we're watching an area of low pressure off the mid-Atlantic. This is not the same low pressure. This is a totally different one, so we don't want to get your guards up too high here if you're on the mid-Atlantic today, but we do want you to be aware of this next system we're watching next week.
We are looking 4 or 5, even 6 days down the road, but our models have been pretty consistent, at least suggesting that we're going to at the very least have an area of low pressure down here that's hanging off the coast. But to your point, what we have right now up here off the Carolinas is a non-tropical area of low pressure. It's connected to a cold front. This one though, and it's hard to tell that from the map. That's why you really want to watch the Weather Channel, because we have these tools that allow us to see what's going on really with the structure of these areas of low pressure. And one of these tools is this phase space diagram. It's a little bit involved, so I don't want to get too much into it, but effectively, if you're down here in the red, this is your classical tropical system. If you're down here in the deep reds, you're dealing with a pretty big hurricane or a classic hurricane, and up here in the blue, cooler colors, are your classic winter storms. Now, our computer models yesterday were kind of showing this area of low pressure just festering in that gray area between what would be a sort of non-tropical area of low pressure and a tropical area of low pressure, but the models, and especially Vivian, I was looking at 12Z models, they're really coming back to this idea of this being a subtropical, maybe even a tropical system.
Really?
Come the middle part of next week. Yeah, it's definitely...
It's becoming more warm.
It's definitely trending in that direction.
Really?
Yes, it's becoming more warm core, meaning that the tropical system, by their nature, are warmer at their centers than they are away. And the real impact is, it means it could get stronger. Okay, but we're not thinking there's going to be a hurricane lingering off the coast of the U.S., but certainly a subtropical or a tropical system, maybe even a tropical storm, can't be ruled out. We have plenty of time to watch this, though, Vivian, and it's way too early to talk about possible impacts. If you live along the coast, hey, it's going to be a beautiful weekend, 76-degree weather.
Let's enjoy this weekend.
Enjoy the weekend. Just watch it. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel. We'll bring you the very latest.
And that's the key. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel because we have the experts here staying on top of it. And, of course, we will let you know the latest. Thanks very much, Michael. All right, back to you, Paul, in the studio.
All right, thanks, guys. Definitely keep track on that. We're also tracking weather for the Kentucky Derby tomorrow, which made us think, let's go back and look through the history books and how weather has impacted the Kentucky Derby. And in terms of rain, well, we've seen more than half of the times the race has been run, no rain, a dry track. In fact, in terms of rain, that's about, in terms of the more moderate to heavy rain, talking about a quarter or more, about 20% of the time we've seen some decent rain. So fortunately, this is not going to be one of them coming up tomorrow. In terms of temperatures, we've had a few in the 40s. We had also one or two in the 90s. The majority of them have been in the 60s through low 80s, with the smack dab in the middle, 70s, which is our forecast tomorrow to be in the 70s. So it should be a fantastic day, not only for the people enjoying the Churchill Downs area, but also for the horses. Now, in terms of the times for the horses, generally the fastest times have been just a few seconds past 2 minutes, but when you have more rain, it slows down the track and the horses. In fact, our slowest times have been, well, we've seen more than an inch of rain here at the Downs, but again, zero rain in the forecast tomorrow. Temperatures start in the 50s, warm through the 60s, the 70s, into the mid-70s, and we stay in the lower 70s as the races run sometime in the 6 o'clock hour tomorrow afternoon. So perhaps you're not going to the Derby, maybe you have a watch party or just hanging out. Atlanta, talking about a fantastic not only weekend, but perhaps a 6 or 7 day stretch. Get the car washed, wash that pollen away, and even cut the grass. It's been a while since we've been able to do this for any more than 2 days. How long the sunny weather will last, coming up after this.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. this afternoon. Abundant sunshine. High 82. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now on Weather Center Live, we're tracking the threat for more storms. You may be loving those warmer temperatures and clear skies right now, but we definitely want to make sure that you are prepared for what could be on the way. We're breaking it all down for you next.
And this is the place to be this weekend. Louisville, home of the Kentucky Derby. So grab that hat, that mint julep, and get ready. The day will be a wild ride, and we are your drivers. Our in-depth coverage of what's happening in your area starts right now on Weather Center Live. Hey there, happy Friday to you, and thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Paul, it's Friday. Yay! You know what? And it's not just any old Friday, because it's the first Friday in May, and thank goodness we can put away those April showers.
At least for a few days for most people, but still, we're dealing with a lot of rain and cold and wind right now. Take a live look at Norfolk. Yeah, not a good day for you at all. Not a good day to head to the beach or even doing some sightseeing, because it's gusting at times to 35 miles per hour. Officially, that is a tropical storm force wind gust out there. And it's not a tropical storm we're tracking, but definitely a coastal low, Vivian, which has definitely plagued our Friday weather.
Yeah, we've been watching that area of low pressure. It's been a fairly pesky one, because believe it or not, it's the same one we were watching this time yesterday here off the coast. Yesterday it was a little farther south along the coast. Now it has moved northward. This is the surface low, but remember the upper level low that we've been talking about too. This time yesterday, the upper level low was over the Ohio Valley, but we told you that it would be moving south and east and kind of connect with the surface low, and that's what we're finding today. Both of them working pretty much in tandem and creating just a broad area of inclement weather. Notice right underneath the upper level low, though, is where we still have some of the heaviest rain, and actually we've had very heavy rain across this region. Look at this, over 1.5 inches just north of the Wilmington area and near Raleigh and Durham, and also near the surface low. Look at this, about 1 inch right off the coast here of Virginia. So we continue to follow the influx of moisture coming in from the area of low pressure, and on the heels of some pretty strong northeast winds gusting at times over 30 miles per hour in the Norfolk area. So we've been battered with this area of low pressure in Norfolk. So not the best of Fridays, not the best of beach days and the way to end the week, but we will start the weekend on a very nice note, because the main area of low pressure, the center of that low, will be well out to sea, and we think the influence along the coast will be lessened as we head into the weekend. So the sun will return and the winds will not be as strong come tomorrow over the mid-Atlantic. So that's what we'll be watching for as things clear out. Back to you, Paul.
Let's go from Norfolk to Vegas out west. Take a live look at Las Vegas Boulevard and that famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign, where people brave getting hit by cars and trucks to get out there to take that selfie by the sign. Hey, it's warm out there. In fact, let's call it hot, 86 degrees. Low humidity, though, which definitely will be a factor in how cool or warm you will feel. And temperatures pushing into the 90s today and slightly cooler as we head throughout the next couple of days. And I gotta tell you, Vegas is happening this weekend with the big fights. You got the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight. The forecast, no rain, but temperatures well above average. We should be in the upper 80s this time of the year. 97, upper 90s today, mid 90s tomorrow, lower 90s on Sunday, but even these numbers are still well above average. And by the way, I mentioned the humidity, dew points now in the 30s. If you go into one of those pools and you get out with the breeze we still have out there, that water evaporates like that in that dry air, you will start shivering. It's happened before to me. It's a shocking experience. Just if you're out there, do it. And it's a wonder of weather out there, how dry and how quickly you can feel cool because of that. But it's not just Vegas feeling the heat. 100 in Palm Springs. Another 10 degrees above average there. Phoenix, 101 today. We were 99 yesterday, the warmest it's been. We'll probably hit 100 for the first time this year, this afternoon. And then we start cooling down. 101 today, 98 tomorrow, 95 on Sunday. But even these numbers are about 10 to 12 degrees warmer than you should be. Yeah, it's still the southwest, but even May 1st is still not that brutal out there. But the warmth also spreading toward the plains, the Midwest, and Great Lakes as we head to the weekend. Temperatures stay in the 70s and 80s when we should be in the 60s and very low 70s this time of the year. It definitely will be warm, but we could see some storms. Viv?
That is right, Paul, because the other side effect of that spreading warmth is the possibility of stormy weather. So both Minneapolis and Green Bay could get a taste of this spring's stormy side as we head into the latter part of the weekend and the beginning of next week. So let's talk more about that big weather story as we detail the central severe into next week. Again, it's right here in the heart of the country as we have the southerly flow bringing in the warmer scenario across the central and northern plains, much of the upper Mississippi Valley. Now, as we look at the surface front, notice how it'll kind of drape down across the northeast and then pull back into the central plains, and it will stall out. So it is right here, this front. It's a stationary front, meaning neither boundary on either side of the front is winning the overall battle. So we have slightly cooler conditions on this side of it, but very warm, moist, unstable conditions building on the south side of the front. So as the front starts to get into position on Sunday, it moves across the western high plains into the western Great Lakes and the upper Mississippi Valley. And notice on Monday how those showers spread across the lower Great Lakes area, and then the showers on Tuesday actually will extend all the way to perhaps New York City and Philadelphia. So we'll be watching that. Again, this is the northern part of the front right on through Wednesday, but right in this area come midweek, we will be looking for the storms. They could really start to fire over the central plains. But let's take you back to Minneapolis with that front draped across the northern tier. On Sunday, the chance of some scattered showers. Monday, a little stable as the front will sag to your south. 73, the forecast high, 73 on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, more energy will build along that front, and that's going to enhance the chances of more scattered showers and storms in Minneapolis by midweek. Chicago, same for you. The front doesn't get to you on Sunday. It's not until Monday that that front gets a little closer to you. And then Tuesday, still unsettled, but then Wednesday, warmer actually in Chicago, and a pretty decent day with temperatures in the low 80s and partly sunny skies. But we'll be focusing our attention on the plains come Wednesday with the threat of storms. Back to you, Paul.
Well, spring has more than just a stormy side. In fact, it's pretty amazing out there. Let's check in on the road with Kate Barker and Reynolds Wolf, who are in Mississippi.
It is amazing, but it's kind of confusing. Where are we?
We're in Woodville, Mississippi. We just pulled off the highway because we are hitting the road. We're going to be out all weekend. We'll see what's awesome here next.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Sorry.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and craving crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-FIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma.
Real accurate.
This one's going to have some precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm. This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, abundant sunshine. High 82. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world. And they can respond, I became a soldier.
What better way to celebrate spring than get in a van with your closest coworker and go on a road trip? So we stuck Kate Parker, Kate Parker with Reynolds Wolf. And they are touring the South right now. In fact, they're in Woodville, Mississippi, and they've stopped to talk about some of their travels so far.
And Woodville, of course, is not too far south of Natchez, Mississippi, on Highway 61 as they got back in the van and headed south in the Woodville area. So, Kate and Reynolds, how are things going now? I know you enjoyed your time in the Natchez area. We just talked with you all at the restaurant.
It's Reynolds Gump. It's Reynolds Gump.
It has been already a long day in the car with this guy here.
Very good, Reynolds.
We've been exploring Mississippi. Reynolds.
Those look like real comfortable shoes.
These are real comfortable shoes. Real comfortable shoes. Okay, so we're in Woodville, Mississippi. Mississippi's a lot like what, Reynolds?
Like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna get in Mississippi, or right, Forrest?
That's right.
Yeah, it is. It's like a box of chocolates. It's awesome. You know what happened? We were driving down 61, just like what they were telling us. Vivian was just saying we were driving down 61. We pulled off on the side of the road. Look at this beautiful town of Woodville.
It really is like a town right out of Central Casting. It's absolutely amazing how beautiful the trees happen to be. But to say this is the only pretty spot that we found so far in the Magnolia State would be an understatement. Everything is beautiful
Understatement
here.
of the year.
And the weather's been absolutely spectacular. The canyon's great. I'm so sorry. Pardon me. The food
you want me to talk? Well, you have all that caramel in your mouth.
Maybe so.
You know what Reynolds did yesterday? You know, we got to go out there a little advanced. We went out with Jim Bob on his boat, and Reynolds got to cast a line, which, if you know Reynolds, it is his happy place. He went to it and got to enjoy the first of a beautiful stretch of days here across the South. That's what we're celebrating here with the It's Amazing Out There tour. Reynolds, this weekend is going to be the first dry weekend that they have seen in this area in 4 weeks.
Don't you think they've earned a wonderful time? You know, not only just parts of Mississippi, but across Louisiana, they're going to have incredible weather. You take a look at the big event that we have this weekend, the Crawfish Festival.
Ooh,
we've got the forecast for you, too, and that is going to be, I'm going to go 100% chance of hot and spicy in terms of the crawfish.
Right.
But the weather, what do you think about those numbers?
Awesome. Around 80 degrees for your high. I mean, we're talking about sunny skies.
Indeed.
It is going to be spectacular for you this weekend. What we're doing here, we're making our way south. We're in Natchez, which had such a rich history.
Indeed.
Tomorrow, we're going to be in the Atchafalaya Basin.
Oh.
The Atchafalaya Basin is this gorgeous swampland. We're going to talk to some real Cajuns for you. We're going to hopefully taste some pretty good food, too.
A lot of Cajuns, a lot of character, too, because the thing that's amazing about this basin is that it's actually larger than the state of Rhode Island. And it's a great estuary for tons of migrating birds. You've got many species of fish. Fly fishing again is going to happen.
Yeah.
But also, we've got those little mud bugs. And how special they happen to be. Mud bugs, of course, crayfish, or also known as
crawdads.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the Crawfish Festival, we're going to be there on Sunday, but tomorrow the Atchafalaya Basin, and I got to tell you, I'm so excited to take you into this swamp because it will blow your mind. The cypress trees are incredible, and I'm so excited to, that's where we get to spend our day.
It's going to be wonderful.
It's amazing out there, and we want you to do the same road trip that we are. So that's why we're taking you out there, encouraging you to hit the roads this weekend.
This is going to be a delight to the senses because it's not just going to be what you're going to see, or rather what you're going to taste, but very quickly, Kate, we also have something that people are going to hear, the music.
We've got Zydeco music, all kinds of stuff. We may even learn how to do a little jig, how to dance a little bit.
I hope not.
His two left feet.
We're doing that?
Yeah. So,
two big left feet. That's going to be scary.
Viv, Paul, wish me luck. Forrest and I are going to hit the road again. I have to be in this for another 2 days in the car with Reynolds.
All right. Enjoy
My
yourself.
apologies. It's candy.
I mean, Mississippi and Louisiana, it just does not get better than that. And I wanted to point out those beautiful oak trees in Mississippi that were behind them. And that's what I remember growing up as a little girl, sitting underneath
Maybe we'll have
those oak trees.
Bobby Boucher tomorrow morning.
Constipated? Dulcolax tablets can cause cramps, but not Phillips. It has magnesium and works more naturally than stimulant laxatives for gentle cramp-free relief of occasional constipation.
That works.
Live the regular life. Phillips.
Most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste as much energy as leaving a window open in your home all year long. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION, and you can get 25% off of new windows for your home. Call today, because every home needs a champion.
Average women's tees versus a gawking gopher. Duluth Trading Longtail Tees versus a gawking gopher. The Duluth Longtail Tee. 2 extra inches to defend your back end. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGDirect.com.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere.
And then it was silent.
this was it.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
One look at that Red Baron pizza, and you're gonna love it from the first bite to the last. Because a perfect pizza requires a perfect crust. The sauce commands your attention. The cheese begs you to savor every bite. The pepperoni declares you have reached pizza nirvana. And that last slice?
What's it worth to you?
A perfect crust means a better pizza. Red Baron, love at first bite. The authentic taste of a brick oven pizza, now available from Red Baron.
Maxwell's is now open in the Driftwood Plaza of Jupiter. Gold, silver, coins, diamonds, jewelry, paintings, and objects of art. If you don't want it or wear it, sell it to Maxwell's. We buy and sell diamonds of all sizes, clarity, and condition up to 10 carats in size and above. We have decades of experience buying and selling gold, coins, diamonds, and objects of art. Maxwell's, located in the Driftwood Plaza on US 1 in Jupiter, Florida.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, abundant sunshine. High 82. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Is that hail? That's this hail that came down pounding the Potomac, Maryland area. This is, by the way, just outside of our nation's capital. And we saw two pretty big, strong thunderstorms that rolled through the area and did a number of delays at the airports, both at Reagan National and Dulles International, keeping a ground stop for a time at those airports. Not to mention the roadways, tough to travel around yesterday afternoon. They had these downpours coming through, and you really have to have just the right conditions to see hail form. And when it comes to how big that hail could be, well, those conditions change.
Yeah, and our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, shows us what it takes to produce everything, anything from a pea-sized hailstone to a grapefruit-sized hailstone.
The question here is, how do we get such huge hail, sometimes softball size or even larger? And that kind of big hail occurs out of supercell thunderstorms. They have a tilted updraft. In this case, we'll have the inflow coming in from the south, and then up to the north, the thunderstorm updraft will lean with height up to the thunderstorm top. Right about here in blue will be the freezing level. And so hail can begin to form in the updraft. Above that level, it'll initially be small drops. In fact, there'll be all sorts of raindrops that rise above that level and will get chilled. We call those super cooled raindrops, and they'll begin to freeze. Now, a lot of the raindrops that get super cooled over in this south side of the tilted updraft will just grow and then fall to the ground as small hail. Some that are forming in the middle of the updraft, and the updraft is strongest right at the middle core there, will get tossed out into the northeast parts of the thunderstorm and fall down as medium size. But the biggest size hailstones of all will occur here on the right side, the south side of that tilted updraft. And they'll grow initially small, but as they try to fall down, they'll grow toward the center of that faster updraft. So they won't really fall very much. This updraft in this supercell thunderstorm is rotating counterclockwise, so they'll actually migrate a little bit off to the northeast side, grow bigger because they're collecting all of those super cooled droplets that are rising in the center of the updraft. They'll grow a little bit bigger. They'll try to fall, and now they'll get over toward the north, the left side of the updraft, into weaker updraft strength, continue to grow a little bit, get huge in size, and now drop down to the ground. So that three-dimensional growth pattern is how we get the biggest of the hailstones that fall out of supercell thunderstorms. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Active Forbes. Just to do a check on the weather right now. Not enough thunderstorms producing hail right now we're concerned about. It's some lightning in here with our coastal low, and that has made just for a raw day across areas of North Carolina, even in South Carolina, and even areas of Virginia and Maryland right now. Again, the Delmarva through the Norfolk area, Virginia Beach is just rough out there. Temperatures in the low 50s. Rain coming down sideways at times with winds gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour. So far, the radar has estimated between 1 inch and 1.5 inches of rain falling from the clouds. Whether it's ground truth or not, bottom line is it is a soggy day out here. Look at the winds. Norfolk sustained at 23. Elizabeth City sustained at 26, gusting to 33 miles per hour. So it's not just windy and cold. It is windy and wet as well. Even some lightning strikes out there towards coastal North Carolina. Norfolk, your forecast today, the wind and the rain stay with us, and temperatures will not get out of the 50s as we head throughout the rest of the day and into tonight as well. Viv?
All right, thanks, Paul. Well, as we go to break, we want to get you caught up on some other top weather stories that's showing us how amazing it is out there. In fact, the volcano in Chile erupts again. This is the third time in 2 weeks. Now, the eruption was milder than the last two, but the blast of the ash and the debris was still large enough to force evacuations for about 2,500 people. This eruption sent ash and hot rock over 2 miles in the air. The eruptions at this volcano are the first in more than 40 years. Meanwhile, in Nepal, aid finally arriving in the Balua village near the epicenter of Nepal's earthquake 5 days after it struck. Hundreds of villagers from surrounding areas have come here to receive emergency supplies. We'll keep you updated on this story, too.
This is amazing.
I love this car.
Real people are discovering surprising things at Chevy.
This is a road trip car.
We're sold. It's so pretty.
They're good-looking cars. It feels great.
Perfect. This is not what I would expect from a Chevy at all.
Get more than you expect for less than you imagined at the Chevy Memorial Day sale going on now. Get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 models in stock the longest. That's over $4,000 on this Chevy Equinox. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
There was a time in my life when doing anything physical was a real struggle. I had gotten so overweight. I wanted to hide from everything, from life. So I had to find something that actually worked. And for me, the only thing was Nutrisystem. Nutrisystem changed everything. It helped me get healthy. I'm not just back, I'm feeling better than ever. I'm Marie and I lost 50 pounds.
It's the nationwide launch from America's #1 home delivery diet program, Nutrisystem. Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back guaranteed. The results are amazing.
People will walk up to me and say, "Thank you, I lost weight. You inspired me." Do you know what? That means the world to me.
Nutrisystem has helped millions of people lose weight. The secret behind the science? The proper balance of smart carbs, plus healthy fats, plus lean proteins that helps you get smart, effective, and amazing results.
People ask me all the time, is the food good? Yeah, the food is good.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes, and 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes, free. New food selections. Plus, call or click to lock in 2014 prices, and we'll even throw in free shipping. Act fast and get our NutriCurb free. Introducing all new NutriCurb, a breakthrough way to help control your appetite while you lose weight. NutriCurb works with your body's own appetite control mechanism to delay hunger signals to your brain. So instead of just feeling full, with NutriCurb, you feel less hungry in the first place. Plus, get our new expert guides. You get all this, plus free shipping. Nutrisystem really works. Lose 5 pounds your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back. Guaranteed.
Call 877-943-THIN.
Nutrisystem has been amazing. It's changed my life, and it can change yours.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, abundant sunshine. High 82. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 68. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program.
And it just hit us.